Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our very first round in the playoffs of the TDL. Yes, we made it by the skin of our teeth. Really, we got bottom seed thanks to our horrific differential. Our differential was so poor, it was touch and go, and I needed a couple of results to go our way because of it. But a record with 5-3 managed to get us into the playoffs, and we have a tough ask if we want to go all the way. With us being bottom seed, it means that we have to play all the top seeds if we want to make our way to the finals. Of course, I'm more than confident in trying to do this. We're going to give it a go, and we're going to hope for the best and see what happens. So, yeah, smash like button down below for me if you guys are hyped for this. Our first opponent in round one of playoffs. Actually, before I do this, quick description of playoffs, because I might as well do it now because I might be in a rush during my battle. The top two seeds get a bye into the semi-finals, and we basically have like a quarterfinals as our round one, where third seed faces off against sixth and and fourth and fifth face off against each other. And we the third seed, which is the seed we are up against, is none other than the Boston Mega Butterfrees. Let me double check that. Oh no, the Boston Butterfrees, sorry. Coached by Mega Butterfree. It's confusing, you know, confusing. Relevant links to what he wants promoted will be in the description down below. I can't remember what he asked last time we battled, because we have battled in TDL previously where he smacked me. But definitely go check him out. It's a very cool guy, and he does upload some showdown stuff. But definitely go check him out. His team, as you'll probably see above me now, consists of Migirna, Landorus, Therian, Latias, Shaman, Entei, Alamamola, Jolteon, Nihiligo, Komala, Zorak, and Mienshao. I'm just jotting this down for no reason whatsoever on my notes, but he's got Mienshao as well. As I said last time we faced this guy and we tried to build for him, he's got a scary team. Migirna is so good, it's ridiculous. And then he's got a Latias and Lando T to couple that. So basically, he has he's got two mons to resist the two weaknesses that Migirna has. It's great. Fun. He's got a solid Fire Water Grass core in Shaman, Entei, and Alolan Momola. Fast Electric type of Jolteon. Nihiligo, which I did not think was going to be that much of an issue the last time we battled, but turned out to be a very big problem, and actually probably won the match because we couldn't play around it at all. So definitely got to watch out for the Nihiligo. And then we haven't seen the Komala, Zorak, or the Mienshao that much, but Komala does offer wish support. Zorak can be a bit annoying, and of course Mienshao is, you know, just comes in, high jump kick something and kills. It kills something. That's essentially what it does. But definitely his top 6 Pokemon, coupled with a fast extra type and a Nihiligo, make this a very difficult team to break down. But I think we have a good shot with our team this week. Without further ado, let's kind of go into what we're bringing and why we are bringing it. So this week we're bringing our Assault Fest Reuniclus. There we go. So Bubbles is coming back into the fold. I felt bringing AV was the best way to shut down Nihiligo and Migirna. We're neutral against both of those Pokemon stabs, and other than like Shadow Ball on like both either that and the Latias, we shut down Latias pretty nicely too with this AV set. I figured bringing AV would allow us to actually come in, take hits, switch back out with the Regenerator, and of course we are going to be running max HP this week, and bringing not max HP, well we are, but max special attack with modest nature. Bringing that allows us to hit things exceptionally hard, like 193 base special attack stat. That is nuts. Like looking at his team, the Migirna actually has the potential to be two-shotted if we have rocks or spikes up by Hidden Power Fire from Minikura. So that's nuts. Because we can 1v1 Migirna essentially. Like we have, we have A the bulk and B the power to 1v1 Migirna. Latias isn't going like Shadow Balls. Alolan Momola isn't going like the Energy Ball because we brought the Energy Ball for that. Psyshock, Nihiligo is done. Jolteon's pretty much done with that, and Mienshao is done with that. You know, Bubbles kind of does work against the vast majority of his team. Zorak is a bit of an issue. I don't see him bringing Zorak. He might, but Zorak is an issue, and if he brings it, we gotta be careful about it. But Bubbles puts in the work this episode. We gotta just keep Bubbles around the whole time. Bring in when it's safe to do so, when we know we can come in, sponge a hit, and get damage off. And if he doesn't bring Zorak, then we're kind of safe to just start landing side shocks like most of the time and just get chip damage constantly, constant chip damage, or shadow balls, depending on what his team makeup is, because he hasn't got much that resist it. He hasn't got, if he doesn't bring Zorak, he hasn't got an immunity to psychic types, and he hasn't got he hasn't got ways that he hasn't got one that really wants to use shadow balls then. So we can just kind of chip away at him with our different moves and slowly weather his team down. So I think Bubbles will be a fine Pokemon in today's week. Really kind of thinking it's going to be my win con. Gotta just preserve Reuniclus so much and just, just be very careful with it. Next up, we're bringing Solar Panel, our Heliolisk. Choice Specs this week, because we haven't brought Choice Specs yet, and I think Choice Specs are putting an awful lot of work. I didn't feel like I didn't want to bring Choice Scarf, even though Choice Scarf did a monumental job for us last week. I didn't want to bring Choice Scarf because I didn't. The Pokemon that we're going to outspeed anyways. Like, you know, like I'll want to outspeed Entei to hit it with Surf, but I outspeed it already. I want to outspeed Lando T, but I outspeed it already unless it's Choice, or unless it's Scarf. We outspeed Magearna. We're not going to outspeed Latias, but realistically, I don't want to be in against the Latias because I have no real way of hurting it that much. Jolteon won't be able to do too much to us, so like we'd be able to take a hit off that and take Hyper Voice. You know, so like I didn't really see the point of Choice Scarf and Heliolisk when I could Choice Specs Heliolisk this week and just drop damage on everything, on absolutely everything. Nobody will want to come in on the Choice Specs Hyper Voice, which once the Nihilego is out of the way, only the Magearna can come in on Choice Specs Hyper Voice, and even then, like it's going to do 35% or so. I can go back into my Bubbles, and Bubbles then can just take a hit and be like, alright, I'm just going to click Hidden Power Fire now because I'm going to do roughly 50% to you, and all of a sudden Magearna is at the point where it can't Magearna will be at the point then where it can't switch in, it has to switch in safely, has to have a safe switch in to be able to get a hit off, and even then it's Magearna so slow that my team will be able to come in and just pick him off at some point. So I think being able to bring the Choice Specs and just getting that damage off would be immense. Especially on the likes of the Alamomola and the Shaman that are really bulky, and I can just click Hyper Voice or Thunderbolt and just really get nice solid damage off on them. We're bringing the Volt Switch as well for a bit, Switch Initiative, and as I said, Surf for the Lando T, Hyper Voice for good stab damage because he's only got 2 resistances to it, and even then he won't be too keen on bringing them in after a while. And then, you know, Thunderbolt Surf to deal with the weaknesses that we mentioned. The Surf actually hits the Nihilego pretty hard too, which is very nice. Next up, we're bringing Skarmory, Sharp Star Skarmory with the Rocky Helmet. Peculiar set this week with the Rocky Helmet because we're not bringing fully physically defensive. I tell you the reason why we're bringing the set. It 1v1 Shaman. Simple as that. We 1v1 Shaman with this set, and I wanted a way to get hazards up, and I didn't really care for hazards being removed on my side of the field because he's got defog on Latias, so I could force him to defog after I get my hazards up. And after saying that Stealth Rock damage and spikes will really hurt Magearna, I figured I actually want to bring both because he hasn't got a great way of switching in and out unless it's Latias. And if he goes out to Latias to defog, then I can go out Superior or something after it's been weakened, and I get +1 evasiveness from the contrary boost. I can click either a Leaf Storm or a Dragon Pulse, pick off the Latias, and I've the ability to duke and dodge some hits potentially. Although that's not going to be something I really want to do, but it's nice to have. On top of that, it gives me ways to bring in other Pokemon as well, like Bubbles I can bring in then and click Shadow Ball. Honestly, it depends on where Latias is at. Health wise, I could bring in my I could bring in Hydreigon, I could bring in the Palossand, which you can also see on my team. really forces that has to come in the whole time and just set up rocks. Oh no, sorry, defog. And a couple of things I wanted to check, as well as the Shaman. It also kind of checks the Landostherium very nicely. Granted, we're susceptible to a double dancing Lando T set because we don't have Whirlwind, but we brought Whirlwind every week, so I'm pretty sure he's going to have Whirlwind. No point setting up the Lando T because he'll eat a hit and he'll just scare us off. So I'm confident he's not going to bring the Whirlwind. Sorry, a double dancing Lando T. And the Rocky Hammer will be able to get chip damage on the Lando T the whole time. And I'm bringing Drill Peck instead of Brave Bird just so I don't get residual damage off on the Shaman. I just want to chip away the Shaman and chip away a couple of things that come in as well to try and scare me. This would be a safe switching for Magira to come in 9 times out of 10. So, you know, got to be careful of that. He could speed creep me, but he could speed creep me, couldn't he? Know something. Let me put 4 here in speed and put another 4 in attack, because that way we at least speed tie if he tries to speed creep me. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll go for that one. Because I don't want to sacrifice. Actually, it wouldn't be a big deal just losing. It wouldn't be a big deal, and I know for a fact we'll definitely. This is why level 50 is so annoying sometimes. Bit of live team building here for you guys though. And we can go 12 here, and now we definitely speed creep. Now we definitely speed creep. Speed creep from Magira. There we go. So we're going to rock out with that set with the Scamry, and hopefully do the best. As I said, just to deal with Shaman. Also deals with the Latias pretty nicely. If it's not carrying Thunderbolt, although it's definitely going to be carrying Thunderbolt because it needs ways to get rid of my Scamry. Entei is still an issue, and I'll come to that in a moment about how I'm going to deal with it, because I didn't want to bring Road of Heat because I'm not bringing Hazard support. Like I couldn't. He's got Lando T, he's got NNT with Bulldoze. You know, the Nihiligo wrecks my Tentacle as well. So I didn't want to bring Defog, but I figured Road of Heat, we're going to be on the bench. But I explain how we're going to deal with Entei in a moment. And we're actually going to, this is part of the way we're going to deal with it. We're going to bring our Superior this week. Leaf Storm, Hidden Power Fire, Dragon Pulse, and Reflect. With the leftovers contrary, we have enough speed here to outspeed base 110, so that's Latias. And actually Solar Panel here has enough speed to outspeed base 105, which is Mian Shao and Zorak. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, quick rundown of the moveset and why we're bringing it. +2 after a Leaf Storm allows us to do crazy damage to his team. Lando T, if it's defensive, isn't going to be too appreciative of taking a neutral hit from Leaf Storm. The Mig-Irna isn't going to appreciate Hidden Power Fire being thrown at when it's a +2. So we have a couple of ways to actually chip damage to Mig-Irna, because thankfully it doesn't have reliable recovery. Shaman can't 1v1 this thing. Alumamola gets wrecked by it. Jolteon is a bit of an issue, but we're bringing ones to deal with Jolteon. The Nihiligo isn't going to be a big fan of it, but I'm not going to 1v1 Nihiligo right off the bat. And we outspeed everything else that can give us problems. Once we come in, we can click +2. We're going to be wearing down something. Like, someone's not going to be a fan of us at once, or a fan of coming in on +2 superior and knowing that they're going to take a big hit or they're going to have to force us out. So it's like to try and force us out. So I'm just happy to bring the superior just to get some pressure on his team, and it's also a nice way of having a setup mod on my team without having to click a setup move. So I was all on board for superior coming this week, and that is the reason why. The Reflect now, actually moving on to Reflect very quickly. Before we do that, the EV. Oh no, I already talked about the EV spread, the speed. The Reflect. His #1 switch in for the superior right off the bat will have to be the Entei. Okay, he can bring in Magearna, but he has to be wary of the hidden power fire, and he might not want to do it. He might want to be preserving Magearna for in-game. But his number one switch most of the time would be Entei. Okay, and Entei is a huge problem if I'm not bringing Rotom Heat. It's just a massive problem. But if I predict Entei coming in and I get a Reflect off, I am very much free to come in with the Hydreigon or my Reuniclus and start chipping away at, or even my Palossand. So I have 3 switch-ins there with the Reflect. If I don't have the Reflect up, I only have the 1 switch-in with Hydreigon. And this is assuming this is a choice banded Entei. If it's not choice band, we're in a much better shape with it. But choice banded Entei would be a huge threat to my team. So having the Reflect here and being able to get Reflects up and being able to take hits off the Entei is going to be a huge boost for us, and hopefully it'll work out. Because I do think he'll be his first switch, and I'd rather go for the Reflect and him going into Lando T or Entei, because he might go into Lando T as well if he doesn't bring the Entei. But if I could get a Reflect up and then go out into my Skarmory, I can start setting up my hazards and whatnot. I'd be happy enough with that, or even then go into Hydreigon and get damage off, or into something else and just get damage off. So Reflect will do an awful lot of work for us this week, and I'm hopeful it'll happen. Gives us a nice option to go for on the switch if we're thinking he's going to switch. Definitely a nice option, especially when we don't want to be throwing Leaf Storms at the start, and then us being in a position where we're on the back foot. Reflect will help us keep momentum during a match like that. Next up we have Palossand, our Tandcastle the Palossand I should say. Rocking out with Sure Up, Earth Power, Shadow Ball and Toxic as his moveset. Max HP with the 248, so we can get an odd number. 204 Speed F, 52 special attack with the Modest Nature, and the rest in defense as well. The idea behind this is this thing can take special attacks from the Magearna, the Latias, the Nihilego. It can take a few special attacks and click the Earth Power or Shadow Ball and just really hurt them very badly. We one-shot the Nihilego, we two-shot the Entei, I don't know if we two-shot the Magearna, not too sure we do. We two-shot the Latias with the Shadow Ball, and then if we're in with Palossand nice and safely, I don't see him going out to Nihilego, so I could just slap a Toxic on something and have fun, and as well I think the Tandcastle might be a decent lead Pokemon for him, provided it's not going to go into Lando T. So it's for us. So we definitely have an option here with Tandcastle. Just another way to deal with his main threats and be able to sponge hits off him. Choice banded Entei does wreck our Palossand, but if he's not choice banded, we're in a bit of a better spot. We can come in and we can show up after taking a hit off the Entei and start clicking Earth Powers and such. So definitely, I figured why not bring Palossand? Every time we brought it, it's done a little bit of work for us. So I said I see a niche for it here in this matchup, so let's bring it. My last Pokemon, I knew I had to bring Scaffer. And I had to bring Scaffer because I knocked it out to beat Jolteon. And if Jolteon is going to be super fast, then we're in trouble. So I figured we will bring Choice Scarf Hydreigon here this week, so as to counter the Jolteon a little bit. We'll also divide a little bit more. Let me change this EV spread a little bit, because that is not fully correct. There we go. But it'll also provide a little bit more versatility and move selection. There we go, because we have more coverage. Yes, coverage, that was the word I'm looking for. Draco Meter nukes things. Earth Power hurts the Magearna and then the Nihilego. U-turn for a bit of switch initiative, so we have a Volt Turn core with Hydreigon now, with Hydreigon Solar Panel, which would be nice. And then Dark Pulse as a good stab that really hurts the Latias as well. And to be honest, early game, if we're in with Hydreigon, it's probably going to be our first play is going to be the Dark Pulse, just to like early plays, because he has a couple of immunities to our other 2 moves, so Dark Pulse would be a nice move to go for the whole time, just to get damage off. We have enough speed here to outspeed a Choice Scarf Lando T, which is nice. Max special attack then. These attack EVs, I don't know what was going on here with this. Let me see. I think I'll just dump them all into here. There we go. Dump them all into attack, because I don't see the point of having the extra bulk, and U-turn can do a little bit more damage, particularly to the Shaman, with the extra little bit added to it. So yeah, that's our team. That's our team, guys. I'm hopeful it's going to do the job for us. Not too sure, but I'm very hopeful. As I said, this team up against is nuts, and it did smack us during the regular season. But I think we can come back and get revenge in the playoffs. And if you're going to get revenge, playoffs is where you want to do it. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here today, folks. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you guys got any comments on today's video, be it good, bad, and different, let me know in the comment section down below. Including if you actually like the team I bring, if you change something about it, let me know. Last but not least, if you want to see more TDL action coming your way on this channel, or more Pokemon content in general, please click that subscribe button as well. And that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.